Welcome back, class. So, you just saw maybe some videos looking at Thomson's cathode ray experiments and followed up with Millikan's oil drop experiments. And what these experiments allowed us to do was characterize a first sort of fundamental particle of the atom, right? The subatomic particles make up an atom, and that was the electron, right? So we saw that in 1897, right, Thomson did his cathode ray experiments that gave us the charge to mass ratio of an electron, and that the electron had a negative charge. Now, later on, around 1909, Millikan was able to determine the mass of the electron and therefore the charge of the electron using Thomson's ratio. Now, in the meantime, around 1904, Thomson developed what he called the plum pudding model of the atom, which we might be better able to understand if we think about it as the chocolate chip cookie dough model of the atom. And in this sense, what he said was that we have the cookie, the dough here, right? And within this dough are the chocolate chips, right? And the chocolate chips represented the electrons, right? These negatively charged particles characterized by Thomson. Now, so if the electrons or the chocolate chips represent the negatively charged electrons, now remember, we already knew that the atom was neutral, right? So how do we account for that, right? We can't just have positive particles, we can't just have negative particles without positive particles. So in Thomson's model, what he did was he said that the dough, right, was a positive charge, right, equal to the negative charge provided by the electrons within the atom. So we have this model where we have this sort of sphere of positive charge, the dough, right, with negatively charged electrons scattered within. And so this is how Thomson developed his model. Now, a couple of things that this would have said is that most of the atom, right, was empty, right? So we have this area, this positively charged area, right, which doesn't have anything in it, right, no mass, and we have these tiny electrons scattered throughout this, right? So this led to the idea that the atom was mostly empty space with these negative charge electrons within. Okay, so that's Thomson's plum pudding model. Next, you're gonna watch a little video, and then we'll follow up with sort of the next step in our development, the discovery of the nucleus.